My next challenge starts on the Severn Bridge. The Severn Bridge has been linking England and Wales since 1966. Before that, you had to take a ferry. Now, it's my starting point for an epic bikepacking challenge along the entire length of the England-Wales border. Over the next 200 miles, I'll be weaving my way through the rugged hills, remote trails, and endless back roads, zigzagging my way north.
Okay, it's time to cycle the Wales-England border all the way to the north. But I can ask for a better start. The sun is shining, barely a breeze, perfect riding temperature. Oh yeah, let's do this.
Sun shining, blue skies, and I'm starting my border challenge out on the Wye Valley Greenway. This route follows an old railway line that once carried steam trains between Chepstow and Monmouth, running right along the England-Wales border. Unfortunately though, I'm taking on this challenge a little earlier than planned, which means the long dark Tiddenham Tunnel is still closed. So instead, I've got to take the hilly back roads around it to get back on track. After a few hilly miles, I found my way back onto the Wye Valley Greenway, following the River Wye along the England side of the border, before crossing over into Wales. Tintern Abbey was built in 1131 and was home to the Cistercian monks for over 400 years before being abandoned in the 1500s. It was one of the most powerful monasteries in Wales until King Henry VIII shut it down during the dissolution of the monasteries, and the great abbey began slowly to turn into a majestic ruin sitting on the Welsh side of the border.
I'd say welcome to Wales, but technically I'm in England at the moment with the first climb of this adventure along the Wales-England border. I don't really know what to expect too much because I've just roughly plotted a route that kind of resembles the Wales-England border, zigzagging up it, so I have no idea. All I know is I'm getting the sweat on, the legs spinning and the heart pumping on the start of this ride. I'm actually about 20 miles, but you know, I'm just pedaling very slowly up the lanes. Beautiful day though, absolute perfect day for it.
It may have been a perfect day for it, but the real challenge was just beginning. The trails ahead were only getting steeper and tougher, with most of what I found today being steep, rocky, and for the most part, completely unrideable. But at least every time I stopped to catch my breath, I could look down on the River Wye, winding its way through the valley below, marking the England-Wales border.
Not quite as good as pizza we had in France, but oh my god, the start of this ride has been absolutely brutal. I lied before, I'm now at about 20 miles. A little village called Redbrook, I think it is. Heading towards Monmouth. I think I've got some flattish miles now as I follow the river, but oh my god, they were steep, rough, rocky. A lot of hiker bike to start this ride. I'm going to enjoy this pizza. Don't give up. I got a tow. Your sled dog. Hello. Hello. Hiya. Well, it's currently 5:10. Got about 50 minutes until the sun sets. It's not looking great for finding anywhere to camp. I haven't really seen anywhere all day. I have done about 45 miles, so that's good. I definitely overestimated my ability of being able to get to the top of that climb though, because I'm still a little way off that. I'm at the foot of the climb basically now, so I'm going to start climbing pretty soon. I'm just hoping at some point along that climb I can find somewhere to camp.
I pedalled into a little village called Longtown just as the sun was starting to dip lower in the sky, lighting up the little castle as I passed. Longtown Castle is a Norman keep built to guard this borderland centuries ago. But I didn't have time to stop for too long. The sun was setting behind the Black Mountains, the very hills I was about to start climbing.
Well, I think I found where I'm going to camp. I've kind of had to come off trail a bit. I'm kind of taking a slightly different version of the route now. I was going to be going around that big hill on the other side, and now I'm coming around it this side. No biggie, still, you know, a nice trail. But it does mean I think I might have to do a bit of gate hopping to get into this field for my camp tonight, because that's the only other option, and I'm not hiking up that, and there's nothing down that way. This is on a bit of this field is on a bit of a slant. However, up there it does look like there's a nice flat-ish bit, so hopefully I can get the tent set up there. What a day. I've done like 46 something miles, got about 140 or so to go. That was a tough start today, and it's going to be an even tougher start tomorrow. I never like to start going uphill, but we're going to have to do it. But first I have to jump this fence and get the tent set up before it gets dark.
Definitely on a bit of a slant, so I don't see bright and early here. I might see bright and early down there. Hopefully it'll be fine. Like, once I'm laid down it shouldn't be too bad, but I'm going to bed with a pretty decent view. The sun should, where am I? I think rise maybe over there somewhere, so we might get to see it in all its glory if the clouds go away. But that was a good tough start to the Wales-England border challenge, and it's going to be a tough start tomorrow as well. But tent set up, got some ginsters, I got some more little pizzas, and tomorrow we're going up and around there to about 2,100 feet before descending down, which will be nice. However, I'll see bright and early in the morning because I am ready to sleep. 140 odd miles to go. See you in the morning.
Good morning, and look at that sky. Beautiful. One benefit of actually camping not in the woods is you get all the glory of the sunrise,
and it is looking like it is going to be a good one. The sun is just rising over there. Last night was so calm. I am still up on top of the hill, just about. It was definitely on a slant. I had to sleep in like one position the whole night, but I slept pretty good. And it was just so calm. There was like no wind, it wasn't cold, just beautiful really. And today I've woken up, I don't know what's going on. Why is it sunny? Why is it nice? It's normally raining. I'm not gonna complain. It's looking like today is going to be a beautiful day, and the weather, it actually says it might be like 15 degrees. 15 degrees! I'm going to need my sun cream. Right, but it's time to pack up the tent and get on our way, because today, this morning, we are going uphill. Got to go around all of this fun stuff and then up. And then I think at the highest point is basically like on the Wales-England border. So let's go do that. Let's get packed up. Oh, that sky is so beautiful. It really is beautiful. But let's get on the bike so we can enjoy it while we're riding.
The perfect morning. Clear skies, crisp air, and the best sunrise ever. It felt like the start of an incredible day, but the thing about perfection is it never stays that way for long.
I got a hole right on the bead of the tyre. That is the right thing. It's sealed, but it keeps unsealing. Please seal and just hold. And also, the trail. Not the beautiful morning I was hoping for.
The morning quickly turned into a frustrating battle. Boggy trails, slow progress.
Oh my god, all I've done is walk.
And blocked paths. At one point, I had to chuck my bike over a fence, only to realise I couldn't actually climb over it myself.
Reunited. Okay. Try and get that out of my way a bit. Alright, now me get over. Follow the border. Whose great idea was that? This morning sucks so much. I can't ride, partly because the trails are just bog, partly because every time I sit my ass on this bike something breaks. So far today, the tyre is kind of like a very slow puncture right now. It stays up and then every now and again kind of just like loses some air. Pedals can barely clip in anymore, and the springs all just... The Synwave thing that's meant to be charging the Garmin and that fun stuff, that's not working. Tried different cables, not the cable. It's meant to be a good morning, honestly. I'm just starting to get to the point where I no longer want to ride bikes anymore. They always just break, that's all they do. I'm sure over the last 3 years I haven't had one ride where I've got home and I haven't had to fix a whole bunch of issues with
something, or the bike or cameras or something. Apparently still climbing. I think I've still got like 800 feet, maybe 1,000 feet to go. It's just a long hike a bike really. Kinda can't be asked.
With everything seemingly working against me today, staying motivated was getting harder. But I kept going, slowly climbing over the Black Mountains and crossing back into Wales. Turns out my detour last night had one small upside. I didn't have to climb quite as high as I expected. Soon I was back on my planned route, ready for a much anticipated descent towards Hay-on-Wye, the world's first book town. I wasn't here for the books, but I would take this chance to regroup and try and fix the multiple issues with my bike this morning.
Yeah, that is charging. I plugged the lights just in, they run. It's just not charging the Garmin. It's weird. Just come through a place called Kington, I think it was. And now I'm on towards Knighton. I think a couple little climbs and should be there. Today it's just been one thing after another, and quite honestly I want today to hurry up and end.
I pushed on towards Knighton, but after the morning I'd had, all I wanted was the day to be over and finally make some real progress. I kept zigzagging along the border, tackling yet more tough climbs, until at last I spotted Knighton in the distance. A huge relief after a relentless day on the bike. It wasn't quite over, but progress was now being made.
Well, it's 3 PM, so that means 3 hours of daylight left. Just come through Knighton, finally made it. It's been just one endless slog to get here. And I know I've got 2 kind of climbs coming up, so I'm hoping to get over them. But just, the day is just so nice. It's sunny, it's warm. But I do want to get over, the next couple of climbs. For the next, at least up on top of one of them at least. But I'm just knackered. Today has just been one thing after another, one slog. I just stopped, had some food, and I just want to get on the road and get over these 2 climbs. Because once I'm over these 2 climbs, there's only really two more, but they're kind of spaced out. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get over them 2, and then it's just a nice downhill breeze to the end of this route.
Leaving the border behind for a while, I'd cut across into the Shropshire hills. The wide tracks were dry, the views over the Shropshire hills were nothing short of epic, but the climbs were just as brutal, especially after the day I had already had. Slowly though, I made progress across the hills, heading towards the Kerry Ridgeway, the ancient track that marks the England-Wales border. In the distance, I could see a line of trees stretching across the horizon. That was the Ridgeway, and I had hoped it would be my chance to find a camp spot for the night. Whether I'd be sleeping in England or Wales though, I had no idea.
Good morning. Today, last night, I managed to set up camp in this woods, and this road here, this bit of gravel road, is the Wales-England border. So I am now essentially half in England and half in Wales, although I do actually think, according to Google Maps, the road is Welsh. England would get this bit here. So technically I am in Wales right now, and I camped up just in this little bit of woods here. Managed to find a little spot which was perfect, super quiet, beautiful night. And we're starting off on this lovely bit of gravel track. I've got about 100 miles left, or just under 100 miles, so I'm hoping today will be the penultimate day. I'm going to try and just get as many miles as I can of this Welsh Border Challenge done today. Yesterday was a grueling day. I want today to be a little bit nicer, so hopefully the bike will be nice to me, and hopefully we can just get these miles done. Today should be a slightly easier day for sure, but there are still a few challenges along the way. But hopefully, I'm really hoping I can just get to finish tomorrow and give myself a really easy day. So if I can give myself like 30 or 40 miles tomorrow, I'll be happy, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to pack up the tent. It's very dark in my little camp spot over there, but it was such a peaceful night, so quiet, so good. Right, let's get packed up. It's not blue skies and sunny this morning, it's a bit cloudy, but it's not raining, I'll take that. Let's get packed up.
It was a calm, peaceful morning as I set off along the Kerry Ridgeway once more. After getting through yesterday and having a good night's sleep in the woods, I was feeling a little more optimistic. It was a much colder day, with a chill in the air, and the views were slightly obscured by a light haze. I'd made it over most of the hardest terrain though. Things were finally looking up, even if at times it was just as quick to get off and walk up them very climbs.
Well, this morning's going much better than yesterday morning. I won't say anything because everything will go wrong if I say it, but it's going smoothly at least. And I'm over the first bump. That means I got a nice downhill and flat flowy to the next climb, which will be like the final bump in this adventure across the Welsh-English border. Tell you what, this morning it's only 9 o'clock, or just 9:15. It's not as warm as it was yesterday. It's not going to reach them double figures like yesterday did, and it's going to be around 6 or 7 degrees, but there's a bit of a headwind, so it feels even colder. I'm going to start descending. Had a little bit of misty rain earlier as I obviously crossed back into Wales. That started. Can't come to Wales without a little bit of rain, can you now?
The descent this morning was pretty damn cold, but before long I arrived in a place called Four Crosses, just in time for the sun to start shining and to start warming me up. Perfect timing for breakfast along the Montgomery Canal. It's always hard to get moving again after enjoying the peaceful, slow life feel of a canal. And I wasn't the only one making the most of it this morning. Of course, it wouldn't take long to leave the canal towpaths and find my way back onto the muddy trails and stumble onto my first minor little issue of the day.
Really can't be bothered to go up and around. Road closed due to unstable retaining wall. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. I think we're safe, guys. I think we're safe. And we're over all the hills now. So practically it's all kind of downhill now. It's just happy days. And it's starting to get a bit warmer as well. Nice. 2 miles to go. Probably gonna try and do another. Oh no, there's another fence here. Probably gonna try and do another 25 miles or so. Oh no, it seems open. I think we're good. Oh yeah, we made it through. Hardly road closed, was it? Right, time to do a bit of descending and then on to some flat mist. Everything's just so steep though. Even this.
Luckily for me, the rest of the day would be smooth sailing, with the miles ticking by without too much drama. Most of the day was spent on dusty back roads, making for easy riding, especially now that things were mostly flat. Eventually I'd find myself back on the canal, settling into some easy miles as the evening rolled in.
Oh, wow, some muddy feet coming along the canal, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful way to finish the day. I've got about 37 miles left to go. I'm going to try and get that 7 miles out. It's currently 4 p.m, so got a couple of hours left. This is all good. Oh god. It's not the most smoothest canal path, but it is flat-ish. I'm basically coming around like Wrexham, and then I'll be going up towards Chester, but I am on the lookout for somewhere to camp. Hopefully I can do this 7 miles though, because that means I will have done like, I don't know, like 70 miles or something today. Has mostly been on the road, so it's been fast going. Oh, another obstacle. But all going well. Tonight and tomorrow morning I will complete the border challenge tomorrow morning-ish, maybe lunchtime. I'm going to try and leave myself 30 miles to do tomorrow. So let's go and find somewhere to camp.
With the finish almost in sight, the excitement was building. I followed the canal, knowing I had just one more night in the tent before this journey would come to an end. Before that though, I had one last stretch through Fens and Wixall Mosses National Nature Reserve, the third largest area of lowland raised peat bog in the UK.
So I have got 32 miles to go, but I'm a bit reluctant to go any further because I've got about an hour until sunsets. I'm in like probably the last real like off-road section of this route, and there looks like there could be some good camping spots over there. I mean, there is a couple. However, it is still a bit early, and this is kind of like a place where I feel like a lot of dog walkers will come out. I can hear a few dogs in the distance. I'm just kind of hanging around, but I've only got 32 miles to go. I've done about 70 I think today, so pretty good going. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to like wait around. I am going to find somewhere over here or there. Only problem is with this place, it's a big wide expanse of nature, but it is like a wetland, like a marsh, so everything is obviously wet because it's a wetland, Josh, idiot. So yeah, but it looks like there's a few spots over there where I'm going to set up the tent, and then get up bright and early in the morning and smash 32 miles out to get to the end of this epic challenge. It's ended up yesterday, first 2 days were brutal, but today was really good actually. Easy miles, lots of road miles, and finishing on some like really nice endless gravel and through the nature. Nice. But it's time to doss around, wait for the sun to set, and then set up the tent. One more day, Big Bab. You're nearly there. Hold on, hold on. Please, please hold on.
Just 30 miles left. After days of tough riding, the end was finally in sight. I was up early, and with the bitterly cold morning, I was in the mood to just get moving. Nothing was going to slow me down. I pedalled hard, reaching Chester just as everyone else was heading to work. But while they were stuck in the morning rush, I was flying along the Chester Millennium Greenway, and before long I could see it, the end of the England-Wales border.
End of the road.
And that was it. After days of riding, climbing and zigzagging my way along the border, I'd finally made it, sitting right on the England-Wales border. I took a moment to take it all in, one last pause before the journey was really over.